Welcome to the Raw and Real of Real Estate podcast, powered by LPT Realty, Real Estate Reimagined, with your host, the one and only Betsy Tinervin. On this podcast, we bring you people who share their personal journeys in life, business, and of course, real estate. Get motivated, inspired, and priceless information from entrepreneurs, community leaders, and realtors who are thriving. Now let's get raw and real. Here's Betsy.
Welcome back to the LPT All-Star Radio Show. I am your host, Betsy Tinervin. And if you are listening today, you are going to get priceless information. I know that we bring you the raw and the real of real estate. You always hear me say I'm with the Tampa Bay Investments team. We always tell you how great LPT is and that they just want to be a catalyst and a connector in our community. But I have a true gem in the studio today. I actually feel like I have been a 4-year stalker as I have followed him on Facebook. I have Tony Salazar with 8 Limbs Creative in my studio, live, raw, and real. What's going on, Tony?
Betsy, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much for the intro.
I want to tell everyone out there, you know, I know people get annoyed with social media, but it is a powerful thing. And the real truth about it is you see people in their authentic selves and their lifestyle and what they do. And so I have followed Tony on Facebook for several years, and I was just having an awesome conversation with him earlier today. And at first, in the beginning, I'm like, okay, this is the ice bath guy. This is the eat healthy guy. Now he's doing some real estate stuff and some marketing stuff. But over the last couple months, I have seen Tony launch some phenomenal things in the marketing industry. So I want to hear from you, Tony, just who is 8 Limbs Creative?
Yeah, so first of all, that's funny about the ice bath. That seems to be something that I end up getting known for.
You're a
more
trademark.
Than anything else. Yeah, I've been doing that for like 5 years. I did that pre-Wim Hof, and I learned that from a Tony Robbins event that I went to, how powerful it is to get into cold water in the morning, and it lowers your stress. It's really good to burn body fat, makes you feel great. That's been a cool practice. But 8 Limbs Creative is a digital media company. So I started my company just a little less than 10 years ago as media, and I was a professional fighter. So what I came from is I was competing in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. My life was dedicated. My 20s were dedicated to martial arts. So when I started having brands that wanted to sponsor me, they were requiring me to promote myself through video. So they're like, hey, we're going to pay for your flight to Vegas. We're going to pay for your supplements. We're going to give you our gear to wear. We need you to provide us Instagram clips. And this is when Instagram was still kind of new. So I bought a camera, and it was all about me filming my own training and my stuff. And so I had this camera with me everywhere I went, and I was just filming my training. I had my girlfriend at the time film everything I did, conversations I was having, similar to how we did today.
I love that.
And it kind of led into being known as the guy with the camera. So then people were asking me to film little events for them. And it literally started off from, I would film someone's $250 backyard wedding. And here we are, at a multiple 6-figure media business because we've been able to scale it. So when COVID happened, our media agency was doing a lot of commercial campaigns for wellness and fitness-based businesses. So our larger clients were like large gym chains, med spas, plastic surgeons, supplement companies, and restaurants. And we were on monthly retainers with them. We would create commercials, we would run their ads, and we would drive traffic to their businesses, provide them leads. Like laser hair removal was a big campaign we did very well with, getting them clients booked. When COVID happened, everyone had to close doors. And so suddenly my income went to zero very fast. And it was like a time that I was occasionally doing real estate media. We would do listings for agents. We would do some commercials. But to be honest with you, at this time, of course, to be honest, that's all I ever can be. I did not enjoy working with real estate agents as a client.
Oh, really, Tony?
Yes.
So that's why, like, when I would follow you on social media, we would have little conversations here and there. But I get it, man. Realtors are tough. It's crazy that you talk about COVID with agents because agents were labeled essential employees. Mm-hmm. So I love Tony's story. Tony portrays on social media, if you look him up, it's Tony, Tony, Salazar.
That's right.
And on his Facebook, he does show you discipline, consistency, structure. He still exhibits all of those things as a business owner in meditation practices and fitness and ice baths. So I love to hear you say that you kind of did this pivot, right? You were in business, you took kind of a past career, you opened up this marketing industry company into an industry during COVID, and now you're working with agents. I want you to talk about why your niche focus now with really real estate and how you're authentic.
Yeah. So going back, I did not like working with agents at first. As a client, they were some of the most scarce-minded clients that I ever had. They didn't have the abundance mindset like an entrepreneur might have. So when I was going from dealing with people who own companies, they own med spas, they own supplement companies, they own gym chains, they understood the power of advertising and marketing. They knew they needed it and they wanted to pay for it. And they understood how important it was to their business. But
go ahead.
Yeah, but real estate agents weren't at first. So it became something that honestly, out of necessity, we started just working with real estate because real estate demand became very heavy for video during COVID. And we had so it was one of those things where preparation met opportunity, right? And we were just like very prepared to take all this. So when I got into the real estate business and I started seeing what realtors were being offered from photographers, it was just that. They only had photographers offering them services. They did not have a media company offering them services. So they were used to some kid who would charge them $100 to take photos for them and maybe could have it to them in 48 to 72 hours. That's it. They were not dealing with someone that had the level of expertise that me and my team did to deliver them marketing, media, different cuts of different batches of social media content, and the scalability. So it was really easy for us to be like, hey, there's this huge opportunity in this landscape for realtors. There's a lot of them. So they're very consistent clientele, and there's a lot they're not being offered. So once we started offering that, it was just like, boom, overnight, we just blew up.
And I think that it's crazy just, getting to know people. You see people in a different light on social media. And it was funny how Tony and I reconnected. He saw me on Facebook Live doing the radio show, and he was like, oh my God, I love your energy. And I circled back to his Facebook and realized, like, I have to connect with this guy. Like, this is crazy. So we do want to mention today that this is an amazing gift from Robert Palmer. He really is in supportive of promoting your company, 8 Limbs Creative. I think he sees something different in you. I think in you talking to Robert, you see something different in LPT.
Yeah, he's different than a lot of people I speak to at that level, for sure. He's very abundance minded. He's very clever, and he's very pro marketing, which me and him.
Isn't that crazy though? Like, you have all these brokerages, and it's Remax, and it's Coldwell, and it's Century 21, and big time people. When do you really hear them get marketing heavy?
No, they don't much.
They just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't. And Robert is all about, hey, I want to market. I want to do this. I want to do that. For anyone that doesn't know, Robert started RP funding in the very first recession, and he doubled down. He spent every penny that he had on marketing. Now he has a brokerage that's opening during a recession, and he's the fastest growing brokerage in the country, and he's doubling down on marketing. So I really don't want to give everyone the secrets. More content is going to be to come, information on a course that you have launched, which is a 7-day social. We're going to talk about that in segment 2. But I'd like to wrap up segment 1 on just why. Like, why is it important? Everyone gives the cliche, right? Tony, you got to have a brand. You got to show who you are. But why in 2022, going into 2023, is marketing like the number one essential tool for your business?
Yeah, that's really simple. I can't do business with you if I don't know you exist. So no one can pay you.
Well,
if they
Tony
don't
got me down with shots. Bam, bam, bam. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, if they don't know how to find you, they can't pay you. And
100%.
So it's simple. It's something you hear a lot, but like, if you're not known, you're not really getting paid unless you built some infrastructure. So in this business, especially real estate, I say this all the time. It's not the best agent that makes the most money. It's not the best carpenter. It's not the best painter. It's not the best photographer. It's the most well-known. That makes
100%. I think even in the marketing industry, I mean, it's crazy to think that you had a whole different client niche and you had a whole different career. Because you became known, you learned how to also highlight yourself, and that's how you know how to highlight other people.
Yeah, exactly.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun synergy.
It is. It's great. I think the one thing I want to point out about Tony, and I was saying this at the break to other people that were in our studio, is there's 100 million marketing people out there. and they're all good. They produce good content. I love some of the video content I see. You know, we all know there's editing softwares, but one thing I can say about Tony, and I'll be a testimonial too, that he really pulls out people's purpose and helps them find what makes them authentic. And that to me, Tony, is the best marketing trait you can have.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, you agree you can do that, or you disagree with what I'm saying?
I agree on both. Yeah, I think that's what people vibe with. People want to get to know you. Something we talk about a lot in marketing is that when this is why we created our course. When we deal with someone and it's time to get them on camera for shoot day, we can talk off camera all day, very casually, very authentic. You connect to the real human inside there. And then all of a sudden we say, okay, 3, 2, 1, action, cameras roll. They over posture, over polish, and they start acting like someone else. And I'm like, I don't like this person that I'm dealing with now. And the other people are not going to like this person. So what you have to realize, you think back to reality TV. I always use this example. Honey Boo Boo was the child that got famous from a reality show. When you think about her as a whole, if you saw her in public behaving that way, you would be probably repulsed by it. But because you got to know her actual personality through television, through her being authentic, you know what? That's just really who that kid is. I can't help but love it. That's what marketing works like. You attract the people who are going to vibe with you, and that's not going to be everyone. You don't want it to be everyone. So when you learn to just be you, you attract the people who are going to love you and be easy to deal with because they're coming after the parts of you that they're seeing. Versus if you try to appeal to everyone and be too generic, most people are going to be like, there's nothing grabs me.
Well, don't give them all the secrets, Tony, because when we come back in segment 2, Tony is going to talk about marketing, how to be you, how to promote yourself and find your own authentic self and your purpose in your industry, especially in real estate. We're going to pay some bills. You are not going to want to miss today's show. More information to come from Tony SALAZAR. If you want to contact Tony, it's 231-742-9169, and we'll catch you after the break.
The best comp plans ever in stock and revenue share, but if we're not closing real estate transactions, all of that is worthless because ultimately everything starts with a real estate transaction, which starts with a consumer. And so we wanted to arm our agents with the absolute best technology and best marketing tools to do more real estate. And that's, again, I think a big differentiator. I think very few brokerages really sit down and say, how do we provide tools to make sure that our agents can be more productive, sell more real estate, win more listings, win at more listing appointments, help more buyers find that home, and we're very focused on that. And so while we have the best comp plans and the best ways for agents to generate wealth and earn, we also have the best tools, and more importantly, I would say have the best tools to help you be successful in real estate.
Welcome back to the LPT All-Star Radio Show. I am your host, Betsy Tinervin. If you missed segment 1, you truly missed out. I love you. I love all the listeners. If you came in late, I still love you. But you have missed priceless information. I have the one and only Tony SALAZAR. What's up, Tony?
What's up? Happy to be here.
In my studio today, he is with 8 Limbs Creative, and I, again, talked in segment 1 just about following him on social media, who he is as a person. I love how he did a pivot during COVID, and now is really focused on real estate. He is doing marketing for realtors, and he is all things real estate marketing. But what he's really done is he has developed this course called the 7-Day Social Realtor. And I've watched the videos. I've seen a little bit of behind the scenes. I've been kind of masterminding with him for over the last month. And I honestly can tell you that I scroll through ads all the time. I listen to the first 60 seconds and someone, 1, has not gotten their point across. 2, I feel like they're selling me a bunch of BS. But Tony is the real deal. And I'm not saying that on air. He has not paid me to promote this. But the 7-Day Social is amazing. And I think that, 1, it allows people to accomplish something in 7 days, but it really gives you an actual roadmap. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And I want to dive deep with Tony because even if you're not an agent and you're listening to him talk about his course, I think it's really helpful to all business owners out there, how you can really get straight to the point and get things accomplished with whoever target audience is. So Tony, let's talk about why you created the 7-Day Social.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. So just to circle back to what you just mentioned, that is the truth. It is not just for real estate agents. We just have it in the title because it's going to be really cohesive with who we're going after, who our main audience is. However, any small business owner could benefit from this program.
Amen to that.
What this program teaches them how to do is create organic content when it comes up. So let's talk about why first. The number one reason, we have a couple hundred agents in our local media business. For the most part, they're lost and struggling on social media. They just do not know how to do it. And what became a little bit of a pain point for us was we would create high quality media for our clients, and then we would give them the media. And if you watch the
That's a
video, you
mistake.
understand the samurai sword analogy. It was like giving someone a samurai sword. They're not trained to sword fight, and they would post it in odd and unreasonable ways. And then they would say, I didn't get rich because of one of your videos don't work. And so we realized, man, we almost can't even give them this because they don't know how to distribute it. They don't run Facebook ads. They don't repeat posts. They post in the wrong places. They don't know how to add titles. They don't know how to add captions or hashtag, how to co-collaborate, how to tag each other. And so I'm like, as a whole here, our client base is just truly lost. And then it didn't click to me until I started getting deeper with realtors. And then I realized what the day-to-day bandwidth is like for realtors.
It's crazy.
So they don't have mental bandwidth to spare to learn social media, to learn video creation for the most part. They don't have, no one's showing them. And if you go on YouTube, you're going to spend a couple hours and get frustrated.
I also think too that back to the why is that it's like lead gen. Marketing and lead gen is like hand in hand in our industry. It's really easy to create leads, but to nurture them and convert them is the hard part. So creating content is simple. You know, we can do a Facebook Live, like on Facebook Live now. We can film a video, but then what do you do to make that content a productive part of your business? And so the why for 7 Days Social is giving these people step-by-step of how to create content and then exactly what to do with it, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a full 7 days, but the idea is we're teaching you, if you know nothing about this or you already know something about this, you're going to get something from this program. So we teach right away mindset, which is the biggest blocker in this industry, in my personal opinion. I deal with a lot of agents. Most of them have a very unique mindset, and they think that other people deserve things more than they do. So it's almost like they feel, hey, I'm not a supermodel. I shouldn't even be on camera. No one wants to watch me. That's a lie they tell themselves.
Well, yeah, I thought about this today, and I just did a presentation at Robert Palmer's mastermind, and what I talked about was being authentic. And I said, oh my God, Tony's going to be like filming today and he's going to be getting this content. So I started picking out my clothes, and every time people see me on live and every time people see me, they see me repping my brand. And so today I was like, I'm repping my brand.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that that's important. And that goes back to what you're saying with the mindset. Like, people think that they cannot film raw, real content because that doesn't fit in with mainstream. When really it makes them authentic.
I think they have to be everyone has a misconception of who they think they need to be to get clients. And it's not who they actually need to be. So that's the biggest thing. They think clients won't work with me if I don't come off super polished and super well-spoken and super perfect. And it's actually not the case. The client who vibes with them,
100%.
even if you show yourself, like we've got an agent and his vibe is kind of country, and he attracts people just like that. And so it's like, are you going to attract that Bentley driving soccer mom? No, you're not. But you're going to attract the guys like you who want to sell property and land and horse ranches. And that's what digital marketing can do. It can make you beyond just getting business. It's not just about, hey, I've got a lot of business. It's about what type of business now. If you have 5 people who are pleasures to deal with and already know who you are, you're going to love every bit of those transaction processes versus someone that thought you were someone else. Then you get them as a client. And then the process of the transaction is like, damn, I have to hold this front this whole time because they think I'm someone different.
Yeah, but it's also about who your target audience is. So,
Right.
I mean, if that guy has a target audience, it's like my target audience. You know, I am not, and we've talked about this, Tony, like, I'm not the realtor that believes in sex sells.
Right.
You know, I don't want to be the poster child for a female in a cutthroat industry. I am the girl that has every color of Nikes that you can imagine, and I'm going from a construction site into selling $1 million property in yoga pants, and that's who I am. And I think that I attract people that are also very cutthroat and high-level thinkers like yourself because we can have those tough conversations.
Agreed.
I love about the 7 Days Social that it really, truly is step by step. And I think that we've kind of really touched on step 1, which is like creating something that's authentic, allowing someone to be themselves, and then also teaching them what type of content to create. So that is what you kind of go into next. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I'm gonna run through it real quick if I can. I can run through our days and kind of just summarize what we have here. So yeah, day 1, we're talking mindset. Day 2, we teach all about presenting on camera, how to come off authentic, how to clean up your image to the best of your ability, posture, volume, speed of speech, the things that are important when being on camera. Day 3, we go into shooting. So we teach you how to use your cell phone, whether it's Android or iPhone. We teach you how to use your cell phone as the primary capture device, how to go through the settings, how to understand to not get bad shots. We teach you how to do tripods, lighting, microphone, everything you need to do to create organic content. Then we go into editing. We teach how to edit everything on your phone in a free app. So you need no computer, no software. Then we go into social media strategy. So where you should post what types of content, how to approach that. For instance, one little tip right here, one of the things that people mess up with a lot is they sync their accounts so that when they post to Instagram and Facebook, it automatically goes to their platform. And that actually dramatically decreases the engagement. But they'll click that because they think it's helping their convenience. But because their convenience is high, now their engagement's lower and it's not worth it. So we teach a lot of strategies on how to get our content out, and then how to actually post the content, how to caption it, how to get it seen. And then the last day we go in the field and we teach how to do DIY content. So how to film your own property tours, how to film a community tour, how to fly a drone, how to use a stabilizer, how to use microphones, and how to actually get out and film content, how to film one of our #1 selling services, which is called a follow-through reel. We teach that whole process in there as well, which would be great for teams, or if you've got a buddy or even a kid, they come with you and they film you. So it could really offset your cost to marketing companies. But the real reason for this course is they don't know how to do it. And beyond that, they just aren't doing enough volume of content. So with this course, let's say you're an agent and you already hire 8 Limbs Creative and you're already using a media company. Great. We'll still shoot your listings. We'll still shoot your branding commercials once a month. However, you need to be putting out a video every single day of something. And one of the new modules we just added to the course is how to think like a shooter. We want people to understand how to walk into any setting. For instance, when I walked in today, I was being filmed by my assistant. I got a couple of little interactions between me and you, bantering as we're getting started. That's really the stuff that people like to see because they can connect with you. So when you can start to think like that and think about a unique property of a house or a unique aspect of a house to show, you never run out of content ideas. And then, yes, to circle back, we did include over 100 video prompt ideas in the course. You won't run out of creativity when you shoot.
So I think that when we get back in segment 3, I'm going to ask Tony some hard questions. Everybody creates courses. They say it works, this and that. They're going to teach you how to be an expert. We're going to ask Tony some really tough questions. One of the questions that you're going to have to come back after the break to hear is, does the course really work? And why? And also, if someone out there is listening like, yeah, that's great, but this just sounds too good to be true, we're going to give Tony a chance to give us a rebuttal on that. So you are not going to want to miss the information in segment 3. I truly do believe that I've been to masterminds, I've been to courses, I've dove deep in with different people, and I think that this is a phenomenal product that's coming out. We're going to talk costs, and we're going to talk the reality of execution on the course when we return. We appreciate all of our listeners out there. If you are interested in connecting with 8 Limbs Creative or finding Tony Salazar on Facebook, you can contact 231-742-9169 or look up Mr. Tony, and his last name is Salazar. We hope that you have downloaded the iHeartRadio app. We appreciate all of our religious listeners every single weekend. We love the factor that Robert Palmer, our CEO, and LPT Realty has powered and produced this show for us to be a catalyst and a commuter in the Tampa Bay community. We are going to pay some bills, friends, and we will be back after the break.
Biggest win, I think, with the dual path and having these 2 models is that now we become a brokerage for everyone. No matter where you are in your real estate career or what your goals are today, maybe today you're not interested in recruiting or having a team, but then one day you wake up and you are. Well, if you're at the wrong brokerage to do that, you're locked in. Where in our model, we're not holding anyone hostage. We're not tying anyone in. You can move between the different comp plans and have that success and really achieve whatever your definition of success is under one brokerage platform, being LPT.
Welcome back to the LPT All-Star Radio Show. No doubt in my mind today that I have a huge asset and just somebody who's been awesome to speak with on and off the show, Mr. Tony Salazar with 8 Limbs Creative. Again, you can't get rid of me. I am your host, Betsy Tinervin with the Tampa Bay Investments team, bringing you the raw and the real of real estate. Whether you are an agent or a business owner listening today, we have talked all things marketing, friends. We do not have somebody that's going to sell you a pipe dream or tell you that something's going to work. We have somebody that's also raw and real, and I have a lot of respect for him him in this industry because he has taken a long time to create a course called the 7-Day Social Realtor. And again, I know that there's a stamp realtor on there, but this is really a social media course that breaks it down in 7 days for someone to not necessarily be an expert marketer, but actually implement social media content in the appropriate way that is going to generate productivity in their business. Tony, my dad and I worked together for years, and I don't know if you know my story, but we did everything on paper, right? You know, because this was back in like 06, 08. So he used to hold up a marketing piece and he used to flip it around to me and go, what's the purpose of a marketing piece? And we go, to generate a phone call. And he'd hold it up and you'd have 2 seconds to name off what you saw in that marketing piece. And so now in today's world, what is the purpose of a marketing piece? To generate a click, to generate getting a phone or an email, something to connect with somebody. So we hit hard in the first 2 segments on easy to create content, easy to create leads, but how do you convert the leads? How do you have an appropriate call to action with your marketing content? So I want to circle back a little bit and ask you the hard question. You gave them a lot to absorb in the course. Me and you get along very well because we have firecracker personalities, and there's only certain humans that can keep up with us, which we're totally okay with because we have a lot to give and we want to be around high level people. But let's break it on down. What do you have to say to all the people that have seen all these things, right? They have YouTube clips, they see it on social media. We're going to give you the roadmap to success with social media. And it's BS, man. Like, they step outside of being a realtor and now they want to be this expert in marketing, and they try and they just can't get it. What makes the course different?
Well, first of all, I'm not a realtor. So
really?
Coming from someone who is an expert marketer as a whole and that service hundreds of clients. So yeah, I can attest to that. When we started doing our market research to see who else might be creating courses like this for our clients, there is no one else. There is just YouTubers giving long form content that are trying to put them through some coaching program, which is a little bit different than we wanted to not do it that way. So the social media content that we're teaching people how to do is very simple, and it's something they can learn to do fast. They just don't know how to do it yet. And so we broke it down to very, very easy to follow steps that they really can't mess up on.
And also, let me ask you another tough question. You have these business owners that say, you know, don't be a jack of all trades, be a master at one. So you have made this course affordable. And what's the price that it is now?
So we are currently on $597, which is 40% off. That ends on Friday.
Okay, great. And again, if anyone's interested in purchasing the course, please contact 231-742-9169. And I'll throw that number out again.
They can honestly go right to our website as well.
Cool.
7daysocialrealtor.com.
Oh, I love that. The number 7?
Mm-hmm.
The number 7daysocialrealtor.com. Perfect. If you want to purchase a course, you better get your click on by Friday because the price is going up, kids. But I want to circle back though. So we asked you, you know, is this really, are you able to execute it? And you're like, nailed it. Yes. We give you the tools. What about the hypocrites that say you should be hiring someone and not purchase a course and not become a marketer? You should hire someone to do your marketing. Why does your course kind of supersede that theory almost?
Well, it doesn't. And I agree with them. So
ooh, he gets me.
It would be, they need to do both. So the answer, how I'm going to approach business will always be both. Do you want this or that? Give me both. This or this, both. I'm not going to leave any fruit on the table. I'm going to take it all. So we doing emails. We do social media ads, we do mailers, we go to events, we call, we find expires on Zillow and we call them. We do whatever we have to do to get our business out. And so anyone that I know that's very successful, they do it all. So if you're talking about a real estate agent or a brokerage or a team lead or whoever, you should be doing all. You should absolutely have a go-to digital marketing agency that they come out for your listings, they come out for your large branded commercial pieces, where high quality camera capture and strategy and planning in your scripts is important. However, you also need to be creating your own content naturally every single day so you can help yourself get known faster.
So now I'm going to lead into everything else that Tony does. So with the 7 Days Social Realtor, I want to make it clear to everyone that you are every day creating content. So you don't have Tony and his team following you around every day. So even if you do hire them for other avenues of digital media and, content creation, the 7 Days Social just allows you to take the everyday activities that you're doing and actually produce good content. And it also helps teach you the right to utilize the right tools out there for getting things done on social media. But now let's dive deep into 8 Limbs Creative, Tony, because again, this is a basic package. And I want to throw this out there real quick. I apologize that I know that for all the real estate agents out there, we have bills, we have to track ROI and KPI. To invest $597 in content creation for yourself if you're new, and let's say you can't afford a digital marketing company, this is something that is attainable, it's teachable, it's executable, and it's affordable. Now, let's say you want to do that as well as do other things. What else does 8 Limbs Creative offer for people that they should hire a digital marketing company for?
Yeah. So the way I always explain it to our clients is we focus on listing lead gen. So the number one reason why clients hire us, and we get several new clients a week, because we do use what we teach to grow ourselves, which is why I know it works, because it's grown us very fast. But we focus on shooting a listing for an agent while creating a branding piece for them at the same time.
I freaking love this
That's
concept.
the difference. Is like, if we're going to get an agent, like if you're doing a listing and you got a nice property, even if it's a $300,000 property or it's a $3 million, we do them all. We've shot $20 million luxury mansions, and we shoot several of the single family smalls. We don't have like a niche in that way. We cover all of it. But every single time that you're going to be involved in a transaction, you need to be on video as a part of that transaction. So we say, hey, Betsy, go ahead and get ready because you're coming to this listing shoot. While you're here, let's get you talking. Let's get you explaining who you are. So that listing got sold, great. But now you have a lead gen evergreen capture that's on your social media. Someone can still find it if they're looking at that community again. If looking at that video style, you can reuse that. Let's say you've done 5 packages with this, like a lot of agents have. Now they have 5 videos. When someone goes to their storefront or their social media pages, they go, wow, I see how Betsy likes to list her property. She has a video for all of them. She really shows this place. She walks me through it. She shows drone footage. And they're able to understand this is the agent that I want to sell my place, versus you go to, we have a character we made up to make fun of in our course named Barb Barkman. It's not a real person. But the Barb Barkmans are, you go to their social media page, it's nothing to do with real estate. It's chaos. It's like a picture of a bass and a picture of a Labrador and maybe a picture of an old house. Why would anyone work with that person? Why would they feel they're a professional? And why would they feel like, yeah, that's why I want to sell my asset that I have equity in?
I think that what's crazy is you're going to love this and you can totally steal this. We call it in my coaching program the life cycle of a lead. So people in the business of sales, what they do is they chase the hustle and they chase large numbers of leads, when in reality, if they would just quantify off of one lead, that one lead will turn into 15 leads. Mm-hmm. And so really, to all the agents out there, I want to hone in on this with Tony. His listing packages are not, I'm going to take drone of your property. I'm going to take photos of the property. He's taking that one lead that you have, that one listing, and he's helping you capitalize. He's helping you maximize your potential off of that one lead. And now you have forever content that shows how authentic you are, what a good salesperson you are, how you take something from start to finish. And it's just an amazing thing that you've created here.
I appreciate that. I want to something with 2 things that are different too. One, you're showing what kind of properties you're associated with, which is huge. 2, we give you media for the different platforms. And that's what makes us really unique here, is that you're not dealing with just here's your video. On our number 1 selling package, you get 5 pieces of media. So you get your photography and your drone, that is standard, but you're getting your Instagram, your TikTok, your YouTube, your Facebook, your MLS. All same versions of the video, we cut into different formats.
Does everyone out there hear that? You're not getting 1, 2, or 3. You're getting 5 pieces of content just off of one listing. And then on top of that, while this is occurring, you're working with 8 Limbs Creative, and they're helping you look good on camera. They're making you look authentic and real. Don't give all the secrets out, Tony, because we have 1 session left with you. We are going to give some really good information in closing just on how you you can take advantage of using the 7-day social, connecting with 8 Limbs Creative, and being the authentic, real, and you self in your marketing capacity, which is hard for everyone today as we've get engrossed in social media and our heads are spinning around on what to do. You're not going to want to miss the information that we're giving out next. If you're interested in the 7-day social realtor, you can go to the number 7 socialrealtor.com or contact 8 Limbs Created at 231-742-9169, and we'll catch you after the break. Welcome back to the LPT All-Star Radio Show. I am your host, Betsy Tinervin. I know that you get to hear me every single weekend, and although I can't hear you, I know that you're listening, and we love you, and we're so glad that you're with us this weekend. I'm with the Tampa Bay Investments team. This show is powered by the one and only LPT Realty. Our CEO, Robert Palmer, makes this show possible, and we love that we can be catalysts and connectors in this community. It is truly my passion, my purpose, and I have been thankful for this opportunity. One of the things I love is meeting people on social media, following their businesses, what they do, and I have Tony Salazar, like
hello.
salad, as I've been pronouncing that crazy throughout this show, in my studio today with 8 Limbs Creative. And just to give you a recap, if you're just tuning in, one, I love you, but you've truly missed out. But you can go to his website. The first thing I want to talk about that we discussed was the 7-day social realtor. And you can go to 7daysocialrealtor.com and give yourself a recap. There's a great 4-minute and 32-second video that I've personally watched myself on this product. It takes you step by step how to create really good social media content, the tools you need, free apps. It takes you step by step. We've given Tony really hard questions. You know, Betsy, the raw and the real. I've asked him, is this course BS? Is someone going to pay for it? Are they really going to be able to execute it? And I double dog dare you to go purchase it before Friday. It is $597. It is 40% off Friday. It is going up. They have just launched this. Trust and believe. You are going to have an amazing, amazing experience, really digging deep and learning how to produce good content. We have also talked to Tony about how he feels you need to do both. You need to have a digital marketing company, why 8 Limbs is different. And to all the real estate agents out there, this is not your typical drone guy, photo guy. He comes out to your listing, snaps a couple photos, adds a nice little night scene. That's not who he is. He's going to help you generate leads off your social media content, make you authentic and real on camera, and really help you as he produces these listing packages to maximize the life cycle of every lead. So, Tony, the one thing we have not talked about yet is teams. And I really want to talk about this because Robert Palmer is recruiting teams. He's sponsoring teams. He's doing big things with teams. And the reason why I think that he is hitting up teams is because, one, he wants to empower other people to create their own networks. And two, he wants to have quality, not quantity.
Yeah.
We are not EXP. And I will totally shoot that shot. We are not EXP. We are real estate first. And that's where I think you really fit into our ecosystem, because you are helping agents not just take photos, not do drone videos. You're helping them get more leads, maximize their sales process, and build an authentic brand. So what can you do for real estate teams, kid?
Yeah, I love that. So first of all, teams are everything. And I think if you go to any successful entrepreneur in the world, you're never going to see one try to take all the credit for what they've accomplished.
I love that.
You know, look at Steve Jobs, right? Look what these people have done, even Bezos. It is the team. And at this point now, I've got a team of 12 that are in my agency. And there's no doubt in my mind that we can get more done in a day than any real estate media team that's in Florida. That would be our competitive realm, just because you can't keep up with the pace that we move at. And so in the real estate realm, I think teams are phenomenal. You can just get so much more done, especially when there's a good leadership position and everyone knows where their place is and what the common goal is. So with real estate teams, one of the best services we have is we have a team branding package. So one of the things that we're most known for is our listing media. But if you go to our website, you'll see we have everything split up into 2 categories. We do listings for you, but as well as we do the branding side of things. So for instance, if you think about what we're going to have from today is these podcast style batch cut clips that we use for reels that are subtitled, and we have B-roll and emojis and generated graphics to let you know what the messaging is. We create that for our realtors. We create commercials for them. The branding content that's going to help them recruit new people for their team, help them find new buyers, help them find new sellers, help them find new investors. We can run as ads. So I am all about the team. Our team branding package is phenomenal because it doesn't matter how many people are on your team. We can include them all in it. And it's a once a month shot thing that will give them content for the whole month. So the
other thing I like too is that you require them to be committed for 3 months. Everyone knows that listens to me teach and train. I always tell people you cannot look at KPIs, ROIs on anything under 3 months.
Facts, yes.
And I love that. So for all the team leads out there, and I am going to become one of Tony's customers. I have just signed up. I'm going to offer this to my personal team. I think that anyone out there that is looking to also recruit agents using someone like 8 Limbs Creative as a team lead, it is an offer proposition you can use for recruiting. Offer this to our team. So anyone knows out there that you should be spending 20% of your income or your generated profits on marketing.
Couldn't agree more.
And I currently do that. Works out great. And I think that it's a great offer proposition. So basically, if I'm a team lead, Tony, you and I have had this conversation because I'm going to start doing this with myself and my team. What does it look like when I sign up for you for 3 months? Can you just kind of break down what I get in this package?
Yeah. So you're getting our Fly branding package. That's what we call it. So
it's called Fly?
Called Fly.
You didn't tell me that I was going to get to be fly.
You're flying, girl. And we love that because the way we have our packages set up is we have walk, run, fly, and teleport. Those are our package names because it's all about the speed you want to grow at. And our number one, and those are more for our listing side, but our number one package is our Fly package. So you're going to be getting 3 strategized commercials that we will do a Zoom session for. We'll help you with your script and we'll help you say, what is your messaging? What are you looking to accomplish? Here's how we think you're best going to accomplish this. We're going to strategize a commercial. We'll find a location and we'll shoot those in one day.
And that can be the team lead. They can have teams in it. They can really do whatever they want with that, correct?
All right.
And that's per month.
Per month, we do 1 shoot day for those branding commercials.
Okay.
We change clothes in between, so you have a variety in the looks. So if it's one person on it, we'll have you change outfits twice. If it's not, then we'll have different team people on there. But that's 1 day, check that box. The next shoot day for that month is going to be your batch reel session. So we'll set up like a nice interview setup for you. And then when this is done, you'll get between 10 to 20 clips of you saying authentic statements, just like this podcast can be cut down to, that you can use for your social media. So you think, the 3 commercials are going to be us Facebook, Instagram ads. They're going to be going to cold markets. They're going to be getting people that don't know who you are, that you've caught their attention. Then when they do have your attention, they go look at your page even further. They have the organic get to know you clips. Then they see you talking casually, not pitching to a lens. So then they get to say, oh, who is Betsy? Who is Tony? Who is this person, right? And it helps you be known. Perfect example of this, when I went to the LPT opening at the Aloft Hotel here in Tampa, I was stopped by at least 10 people who knew me just from my ads that I'd never met before. And like, oh,
yeah, you're jumping in ice baths, Tony. What do you expect?
No, that's not how they knew me.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But they're like, hey, Limbs, I see your stuff. I see your stuff everywhere. That just gave me like a nice little wink. Like everything you're doing is exactly why you're doing it, because people are noticing you before they've even talked to you. They already know of you.
So you give them the commercials. You give them, what is it, 30? How many clips? How many reels?
It depends how much they can get out. It's a 1 hour session.
Oh, it's a 1 hour session. Yep. And then there's not a number on how much you produce.
Right. Because it could be different for each person.
Okay,
if they're
cool.
shorter, if they're telling a story, it could be longer. It could be a minute and a half. And then we give them a full service listing package that as well. They can place to anyone on their team.
So I just want to be clear with this. You sit down in Zoom and you plan out their commercials, yes, which they get 3.
Yes.
And then on top of that, they get, I don't know, let's say 25 reels that they can post. Mm-hmm. To Instagram, short clips on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, which if everyone has not followed that, you better get with the program. And I know that I'm obsessed with marketing, but the hype is going to be that you are going to monetize extremely on YouTube on shorts. Coming into 2023, the whole algorithm is changing. Then on top of all that you give them, the full listing package, which if you missed it, it is going out to the properties while they're listing, featuring them, trying to teach them how to maximize off the listing. You get all of that per month.
That's right. That is right.
That's all included.
That is.
There's no gimmick here.
There's no gimmick. That's all included. Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
We have loved hearing from Tony today. What is your regular website, Tony? Can you shoot that out for the listeners?
Yeah, so our website is 8limbscreative.com. So the number 8, LIMBS, creative.com.
Do not miss the course that is just launched. Please visit the number 7daysocialrealtor.com. And if anyone is interested in connecting with 8 Limbs Creative or Mr. Tony, please contact them at 231-742-9169. And I can't wait to see the content that we produce.
Me either.
I am like super stoked to work with Tony and his team. I've interviewed probably 6 people since I've been here since 2015. And I think for myself and everyone out there, I had to get to a place where I could find my purpose. And I have finally decided that I am going to do Finding Your Purpose in Real Estate. And real people, real results. I'm going to allow Tony to show my authentic self and work with them. So I'm happy to give anyone a personal testimonial in reference to any of that. I also wanted to throw out that if you are looking to get in tickets for the Invest Tour, we are doing Overcome and Invest in Yourself, in Others, and Finding Financial Freedom in Real Estate. That event is January 14th. We have already started to sell tickets and VIP tickets. Please contact me at 813-609-0229. Hats off to you, Tony. Congratulations on all your success.
I do want to say one thing before we wrap it up here. So everyone that's listening, as you all hear Betsy, this woman is full of charisma and energy and well-spoken, but you don't need that to be a social media all-star.
I love this, Tony. Thank you so much for all the advice you've given our listeners. We appreciate everyone out there, and we will see you next weekend. Signing off.
Thanks for listening to the Raw and Real of Real Estate podcast, powered by LPT Realty, Real Estate Reimagined. We hope this episode motivated and inspired you. And don't forget to rate and review us. Thanks again for listening to the Raw and Real of Real Estate podcast with Betsy Tinervin.